So what do you know about migration inequality?
With regards to migration, it's the process of moving to a new area or new country, one that you are not particularly familiar with or it's your first time being over there. And I think with regards to inequality, it's the specific areas in which people do not receive equal treatments and people use it to gain an unfair advantage.
So what do you know about migration inequality?
Okay, to be honest, I don't know that much. I guess I just know like a big thing.
Is it got to do with foreign workers?
Yeah, sure. But would you say that you know about the topic?
Not really, I think that's all I know.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to our social psychology podcast. So as you guys have seen from the previous clip, we went around asking people some questions about migration inequality. And we thought of this because we were going through the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and we found the 10th one to be quite interesting, which was reducing inequalities. And so one area where inequality really stands out is migration. And so Sarah's going to explain a little bit more about what that means.
Yeah, thank you, Sim. So migration inequality refers to how migrants face unequal access to opportunities, resources, and rights compared to locals. Although migration is often seen as a path to better life, many migrants still experience exclusions once they move, showing how deeply global inequalities persist.
Exactly. And I think one of the main reasons why this issue is often neglected is because migration gets lumped together with globalization. It is seen as an economic trend as opposed to a human rights issue, and this misconception means that the struggles that the migrants face don't often get the urgent attention that they deserve.
So how does this all connect? Well, there's this theory that we usually hear in social psychology, which is the social identity theory. That explains how people define themselves through group memberships like nationality or religion, and they identify and categorize us or them and compare it to others, often leading to favoritism or bias. Migration inequality isn't just economic, it's about who we perceive as belonging.
Yeah, and in Malaysia, some of the examples of this is migrants and refugees face major barriers to education and employment, and they're often trapped in poverty due to a lack of access to education and work permits. Many are excluded from labor protections and rely on outdated systems like the Workmen's Compensation Act of 1952, leaving them vulnerable. And this can be seen in the case of Alamgir, a Bangladeshi worker injured on the job who received minimal compensation. And globally, migrants face similar issues. In Denmark, unemployment for migrants like Pakistanis and Turks is nearly 5 times higher than for Danes. And across Asia, many are confined to 3D jobs, which are known as the dirty, dangerous, and difficult kind of jobs, for far less pay.
And beyond policies, unconscious bias also plays a role. These automatic attitudes influence who gets hired or supported, even when systems seem neutral. In healthcare, studies show that doctors often spend less time and less empathy towards migrant patients, not out of malice, but due to ingrained stereotypes. Inequality often hides in these subtle, everyday interactions.
Now, this is where the contact hypothesis comes in. Research by Pettigrew and Trope shows that meaningful contact between locals and migrants can reduce prejudice and build empathy, especially when interactions are positive and consistent.
Yeah, and reducing migration inequality isn't just about new laws. It's about shifting mindsets. Like Anna Crow shared in her TED Talk, The Power of the Immigrant Mindset, which you should check it out. It talks about how migrants often show incredible resilience and creativity while rebuilding their lives. Real change begins when we challenge our own biases and see migrants as part of us, not just them. And by making this podcast, we are also applying contact hypothesis through meaningful conversations and contact to help spread awareness on this ongoing prevalent issue.
And on that note, this is the end of this short episode. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we hope that this conversation inspires you to think a little bit more about inequality and, most importantly, empathy. And we'll see you guys next time.